to the 40. Yeah, so it's been a little chilly here.
Chrissy said it's from Pennsylvania. It's 28 degrees there tonight. That's a little bit out of my comfort zones.
Yeah.
Connecticut is 52 degrees according to Sherilyn. Welcome to the call, everyone. It is Monday, so we're going to get started out tonight. Donna, do you have any food for thought for the beginning of this?
No, not at all. It just, we're coming up on the holidays and everything, and there are a lot of people traveling, tons of people in the airport. Travel, I think, booking travel side, I know for me always slows down a little bit come October, November, but doesn't mean that we still can't be pushing, trips and future travel, right? Because we have, the new year starting up. So, try to focus on what you're going to do for the upcoming year. Make your plan as far as what you want to promote for the upcoming year, and then just get out there and promote it. And, don't stop talking about travel, and don't stop talking about your business.
All right. Well, tonight we're going to watch a YouTube video. It's about 10 minutes, and it's going to be, what are your goals? All right. So it is a motivational video focusing on what your goals are as a travel agent, as a business owner, and where do you want to be at? So please just listen to this words of wisdom by these people, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
What I'd like for you to do right now, I want you to think about your dream, because I'm in a room full of dreamers. Think about your dream right now. I want you to think about it and envision it.
Dreams without goals are just dreams.
I set pretty high goals for myself.
What are my goals for the short term? What are my goals for the long term?
Make a list of 101 things you want to achieve before you die. Now, I was sharing this with someone last night, and he said, God, that just seems like a really big task. I'm a single mom. I don't have any time. When am I going to do that? We know that one of the things about high achievers is they all have goals. Only 10% of Americans set goals every year. 10%. We also know the same 3 to 10% control 90% of the resources of the world. So literally, without goals, you're directionless. You will be used. See, people without goals get used by other people who have them. People that don't have goals work for people who do. And so you want to be someone who picks up and gets clear about what you want. Make a list, 101 goals. I want to go to Paris. I want to, skydive. I want to bungee cord jump. I want to play the guitar. I want to learn to juggle. I want to learn 2 magic tricks for the kids. I want to go to the Olympics in Beijing. Whatever it is, make the list. And you'll see there's a lot of stuff under there that you've kind of put down that you want, and you can have anything you want.
I set pretty high goals for myself. They're usually higher than what I think most other people set for me. I just am I'm very driven to achieve them. I'm a goal-oriented individual, and I just am very driven to achieve those goals.
you set goals because you want to achieve certain things in your life. You know, whether it's golf for me, or you know, whether it's buying a house for someone else, or whether it's securing a good job or have a family, or whatever it is. There's many different reasons why you set goals, and I obviously have a lot of goals for my career, and I have a lot of goals for my life as well. But I think it's important to set goals because it means you don't get complacent. You know, you always have something to aim for. You can set result-oriented goals where, you know, it's a long-term goal, or you can set little short-term goals to help you get to that long-term goal. So instead of saying I want to win the Masters, I'll say what will help me win the Masters and what I need to improve to get there.
I don't think it's enough just to love it and then just to do it and go out and win it. It's not that simple. You need to have structured goals. You need to tell yourself, okay, what are my goals for the short term? What are my goals for the long term? Now that I've accomplished almost everything, I'm supposed to go out on the tennis court saying, let's just play free, it's hit the ball, who cares, you know? But this is not how you're going to win matches, because it comes down to margins, and you have to be so clear in your mind exactly what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And for me, it doesn't work without any goals, without any targets. I cannot compete properly.
A lot of times my issue is people are not setting goals that will be something that somebody who becomes rich or could do anything. You got to be excited about working on that for 10 years. So you got to have a big enough goal that, you know, you attract the best people and you retain them and you keep them focused. And in my experience, you don't go wrong. You know, maybe you don't hit it next year, or maybe you fail entirely and you discover something more exciting to work on with the same set of people.
I would say to continue to work hard and don't give up on your goals. And I know for me, like I said, I grew up watching my family struggle, and I grew up with a family that was successful but not born successful. And I believe with hard work and with a goal and love and positivity, then eventually we're gonna be fine.
You know, when you don't see limits, because like if you're coming from a space where you're actually ambitious, I don't think ambition is a learned behavior. I think it's a part of a person's natural character. So I'll always, no matter what I accomplish, you're gonna see me back at your show saying, I think I got another idea, I can make this work. You know, like I'll always find a new goal set for myself and work towards accomplishing it, because you know, that's what really excites me. That's what makes me happy, like when it works. A lot of times, there's nothing around to support it. It's just me.
without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. Goals on the road to achievement cannot be achieved without discipline and consistency.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, you absolutely must have those goals.
What I'd like you to do right now, I want you to think about your dream, because I'm in a room full of dreamers. Think about your dream right now. I want you to think about it and envision it.
We are dreaming.
All right, so that's my motivational video for tonight. I hope that it was a good one. I hope that it gives you more of an inspiration to achieve your goals and to set goals. All right, stop being a dreamer, become a goal setter, accomplish those goals, and get to where you want to be. Don't let anyone get in your way. And Donna, take it away.
No, that's absolutely true. You know, setting goals is very important. I will be very transparent and admit that I don't always set goals. I really do need to get a little bit better at doing that. I do have small goals, you know, and it's okay to have those smaller goals to be able to work up to those larger goals. Cause you like the video said, you can't, you know, win, you know, a major sporting event, you know, if you don't have those smaller goals set in front of it, which requires a lot of practice and a lot of discipline and a lot of commitment, which, you know, always brings me back to back in my high school days. I was on the tennis team, and there was one particular high school, it was Palm Springs High School, that we were always out to beat. Okay, they were like the top in the school districts, and you know, they were the ones to beat. So you know, I had set in my mind that I was going to win my tennis match when we went up against them. And you know, I put that in my mind, and I thought, okay, you know, well, if I lose, I lose, you know, if I win, I win. And you know, I kind of had that doubt in my mind that I probably was not going to win, because nobody ever won against them. They were that good. And so we go trucking down there, you know, and I ended up winning my tennis match. And what got me there was I did have goals. I knew how I had to practice. I knew how hard I had to practice. And I set the goal in my mind that I was gonna, you know, bust my butt practicing, many hours of practicing, you know, after school. Used to be out on the tennis courts until it was dark out. And then, you know, I put the effort into it. So, you know, we get down there, and I won, and I gave my score to my coach, and she said Palm Springs, right? Meaning that score, the winning score was Palm Springs. And I was like, no. And she goes, no. And I go, no. I said, us, you know, me. She goes, you're kidding. And I'm like, no, you know, I mean, not that she had any doubts in her mind that I couldn't do it, because back in the day, tennis just came very, very naturally to me. And she actually wanted me to go pro when I was in high school, but I was young and dumb, and I didn't take her, you know, didn't take her advice. And I didn't obviously go pro. But anyway, I was the only one on the entire team that won. But and I truly believe that when I reflect back on that, it was because I had in my mind that I was going to get something, and I was going to try and set my goals, you know, to do those practices and to really work hard, and it happened. So, anytime I hear, you know, goal setting, and especially when I see the athletes in these videos, I can relate to these athletes in these videos because I knew what it took to get to where I did, you know, that particular tournament. So, you know, don't be afraid to set those little goals. It's better to set the little ones. You know, maybe a weekly goal, like, you know, I'm going to accomplish finishing a training or doing a training, or I'm going to, today when I'm out and about, I'm going to pass out 10 business cards. I'm going to try to make that contact with 10 people, because you figure everywhere you guys go on a daily basis, just count tomorrow, if you're out and about or whatever, count how many people you see when you go out, whether it be to go grocery shopping or, you know, to the post office or whatever. And that's how many people you could be reaching out to on a daily basis, right? And it's just a matter of handing them a business card. You know, hey, you know, I just wanted to give you this, you know, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You know, when you get ready to travel, if you do travel, feel free to reach out. You know, feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'll be more than happy to help you. You know, so set little goals like that. You know, it doesn't have to be a big, oh my God, I'm gonna, you know, hit, you know, gold, or I'm gonna hit, you know, whatever by the end of the month, because that's a big goal. And if it doesn't happen, then you have a tendency to get kind of depressed over it. So hit those, you know, make those little goals and hit those little goals, because then, you know, it's like, oh my God, I accomplished my goal today, you know, and you get all excited, and then it encourages you to set another goal, you know. So just set those little small ones and accomplish those small ones, and the big ones will come. Yeah. You know, the big ones will come.
A little bit about me, guys, is I work 48 hours a week. I'm a full-time college student, and I still find time to run my own travel agent business. So you have to be a go-getter. You know, you can't just stop at every single no that you see, or, you know, every single client who doesn't give you a realistic budget. You just keep pushing, because your time will come. Anyone can be successful in this business. They just have to want to be successful in this business. Being a travel agent, it's not as easy as everyone thinks it's going to be. You know, yeah, it's a cool job, but at the end of the day, we're still dealing with people. So customer service, you know, finding support, those things will help you go a long way. All right. Don't listen to the naysayers, the people who are telling you, no, you're not going to be successful at that. Or, hey, why don't you just quit doing that? You're wasting your money or your time and your effort. Don't listen to that. Ignore them. There was this girl who went to Harvard, and an outside professor told her that he would pass her class if she promised to never write again. And this lady, for the next 10 to 12 years, never wrote anything ever again. So there was a play locally with a lot of actors and a lot of screenwriters. And she was hanging out with the screenwriters. The screenwriters asked her why she was hanging out with them instead of the actors. And she said, oh, well, I did want to be a writer when I grew up. And she told her story about how the professor told her to stop writing and he would pass her. So the screenwriter told her, you should have never listened to him. Go home, write something, and send it to me. She went home, wrote out her play, sent it to the screenwriter, and that screen was actually written into a movie. And the 2 books she wrote were made into movies. And I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but don't quit doing what you love just because people tell you you're not going to make it.
Right. And that's the same too, Victor, with Lucille Ball. If you read, sorry guys, I'm kind of hoarse. My throat's been bugging me. If you read her life story, she had gotten turned down many, many, many times with her screenwriting. And they told her that, you know, her writing was a joke, that she wasn't ever going to make it, that, you know, she wasn't going to be successful, to just give it up, blah, 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 yada, yada, you know. And then this one, whoever it was, I don't remember who, got a hold of her you know, her storylines, you know, for her shows, because she did all a lot of the screenwriting for all those shows. And then look at how successful that, you know, she became and whatnot. So, and, you know, you guys, that the thing with our business and what we do, because we work from home, you know, we're not in a brick and mortar, you know, people don't take us seriously. You know, people don't take our business serious because, you know, we're not in a brick and mortar, and that's not, you know, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And the worst people that are going to doubt you and that are going to probably book their own travel is going to be family. So when the family, you know, is not reaching out to you and they're not taking you serious, you just, you know, you just ignore that, you know. Doesn't mean that you don't love them any, you know, any more or any less, you know, or whatever, but, you know, it does hurt and it does stab sometimes when you have family, you know, or people that, you know, not even so much family, but it seems like the people that are closest to you are the ones who doubt your ability, and prove them wrong. You know, prove them wrong. You know, you're booking all this travel and you don't need them to book with you. You know, you're doing all this booking and your business is successful, and, you know, you don't need them, you know, to be successful. So don't let them get you down, and you know, don't let hurdles like that get in your way.
And if they tell you, hey, hook me up, tell them become a travel agent and I'll hook you up with all the deals. You know,
yeah, because they're always looking for I have one client that is she was a coworker of mine. Her and I both worked at UPS. We were in management at UPS for many, many years together. And I've booked her vacations before, her and her husband. And but she's always looking for that deal. Like, she'll call me and she'll say, oh, hey, you know, we're looking to go here and here, you know, what can you get it for me for? And I'm like, well, what is your budget? What are you looking to spend? You know, well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. So then I'll look it up, and then she'll say, oh, well, I found it, or I saw it on, you know, Priceline for this and this. And I says, okay, well, you know, send me exactly what it was that you saw, you know, so I could price compare. And chances are what she saw is not what she asked me to quote. So then I would tell her, well, you know, what you saw is not what you asked of me, you know, to quote you. It's different, you know, but let me quote what you saw, you know. And you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, we always do come out, you know, the price point, you know, a little less or whatever. But then, you know, it's like she starts changing things around and blah, 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 and this and that. So then I don't hear from her. And then the next thing I know, you know, I see her post on Facebook that she's at the destination that I quoted her, you know, and I thought, you know, the next time she's done that to me, well, a couple times she hasn't even gone or booked it or whatever. But when it comes to stuff like that, that's when you need to start drawing the line with people. And then you tell them that you will charge them a booking fee, a booking administration fee, you know, at that point in time, and tell them, yeah, sure, no problem. I don't have a problem looking it up for you, but it's going to cost you $50, you know, for a research fee. You know, if you book with me, then at the point of final payment, when you make your final payment, I will apply that $50 towards your package. If you don't book with me, then it's non-refundable, you know. And those are the people that, you know, are always looking for, you know, how cheap you could give them, you know, what is, you know, what kind of a deal. Yeah, those are the ones that are always looking for a deal, or always looking for, you know, the cheapest of the cheap. And we don't use that word cheap, you know, because we don't sell cheap, you know, we sell value, you know. And but it seems like family and your closest friends and stuff like that are the ones that are always, you know, behaving that way because they feel that they can, because, you know, they're closest to you.
All right. So it's almost 9 o'clock. Your homework is to quote or send me 3 small goals, short-term goals, and 2 long-term goals. And Donna, this goes for you as well. And Christina, this goes for you as well when you can. Try to send it by Friday. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to post it along my wall and write your name at the top of it. When you guys actually accomplish one of those goals, I'm going to cross it out on my wall. All right. So this, if you guys need my email, it is victorboswell.l@gmail.com. All right. And this is just, you know, I want to see how far along you guys come along this journey, you know, as a whole. I want to see you guys become successful, and I want you guys to accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish. And I want to keep tabs, because if you set this goal, I'm going to check out, reach out to you guys and be like, hey, did you accomplish this goal? Or what are you going to do different next time to accomplish this goal? All right. Because at the end of the day, you know, I want to see you guys succeed as far out as possible. Donna?
Yes, sir. I totally agree.
You have anything?
Just set those, you know, like I said, the smaller goals are a lot more achievable. And, you know, long-term goal could be, in my opinion, a long-term goal is
reaching goal.
6 months to a year. That's, to me, that's a long-term goal, because it's going to take all these little baby goals, you know, to reach that long-term goal. And if you don't achieve one of the goals, that's okay, but we don't want to have that mindset. You know, we want to achieve all these baby goals to be able to achieve our long-term goal.
Right. Also, with each goal, write a plan of action. Don't just write a goal and leave it. Write a plan of action of how you're going to accomplish the goal. That'll help you out a lot. My goals are always right here to the left of me. This month it was book 6 trips. I'm not going to reach that goal. That's okay. I'm going to change it up next month. Accomplish my schoolwork, which I've actually been doing. All my schoolwork is almost done. It comes out every Thursday and Sunday. And then I'm also wanting to build my own team. So I have that as my long-term goal, you know, earn 6 figures, and then the steps, you know, I have one person under me, you guys, as a team builder. So I need to reach executive, then bronze, then silver, then gold. That's how I write it out. All right. My plan of action, you know, to doing my schoolwork is keeping track of the dates that it's due. You know, I get off of work, I come home, do about 2 to 3 hours of research for my homework, and then I get it completed that way. Book 6 trips. I've been contacting as many clients as possible and quoting out prices. And then to build my organization, I'm actually created my logo, and Donna saw it, you know. So that's my first step was, you know, what would be a good name for it, logo, and then how do I get that to take flight? So that's my plan of action.
Absolutely.
All right. Donna, what is your short-term goals?
My short-term goals? I have some projects in the works that I want to get completed by, I don't have them written down because I've got them up here and I've got them written in my notebook that is still in my suitcase. But I have some projects that I am wanting to get done by the first week in December. I also have some bookings that I need to get done and get quoted actually by the end of tomorrow. So again, that's a short-term goal because you know, a couple people had reached out to me and they knew that I was traveling, so they've been very patient with me. And so that is one of my goals, to get it done by tomorrow. And you know, long-term, of course, we all know that long-term is going to be to hit gold. You know, I'm on my run for gold, and that is going to be more of a longer term. I'm giving myself time because I want to make sure that I do things properly and in a manner of ordinance, I guess I should say. So by convention is when I want to hit gold or above. And, you know, so you just, like I said, and you know what you have to do that. So I have my plan with that. I've got agents that are building. And so, you know, that makes it a little easier and whatnot. So my projects is my main thing to get done, my main goal to get done. And, you know, yeah, so I've got things in the works. It's just making sure I get it done. Getting organized is another goal. Is another goal. I get real organized, and then I get real crazy busy, and I get very unorganized. And you know, organization is very, very key in this business. You know, you have to stay organized. And again, I'm being very transparent. I sometimes am not the most organized person in the world because I'll have little sticky notes written all over the place, and, you know, notes in my notebook and notes on my calendar. And, you know, I need to implement one spot where I write everything down and make sure that everything is written. Because if you forget to write something down, especially like a vacation, because I usually have like my calendar, like this one here. I don't know why I constantly go back to this type of a calendar when I have a planner. I bought a really cool planner. But if you don't write your client stuff down on your calendar, immediately when you book them, you can forget, you know, right? You could forget that, you know, this person is getting ready to take their trip. And, you know, when you get busy, the way I had gotten busy there for quite a while, you could very easily forget stuff like that. So making a plan to get and stay organized is one of my big things, my big goals. So
did I lose you? There we go. All right. Well, by the end of December, I want you to either book one trip or bring in 3 new agents. And that is your homework from me by the end of December, because it's holidays. So Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up. And, you know, I want you guys to be amazing travel agents. I really do. Amy is always challenging the leaders to step up their game and to accomplish big things. So I'm throwing out that challenge for you guys right now, okay? I know it's going on 9:04 Central Standard Time, and people are probably ready to get some sleep. So I'm going to end the call here. Good night, everyone.
Good night. You guys have a wonderful evening, and stay focused and stay positive. You all got this.
Bye, y'all.
Good night, Victor.
Night.